Okay, so welcome to my channel and thanks for watching the video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a quick review on the DJI Osmo Mobile 4. So this is the pouch that it comes with. Right off the bat, let me tell you that this pouch is not good for carrying this thing because of so many reasons. Okay, it might get scratched and you need to just get a separate bag. So that's how the pouch is. Just and then put it away. So this is basically the part that you put your cell phone in. You have to make sure that this part that shows the camera is matching with where your camera of the phone is. Okay, and this is the base, or what you want to call it. So I think it's very easy. As you can see, all you have to do is to just turn this. Yeah, here it is. So this is the charging cable that goes to it. So let me just go ahead and so this is the charging port. Okay. And I have, and this charger that I'm using is actually a 5-watt charger. With the 5-watt charger, it takes, I would say, 5 hours to be charged. But if you have a 10-watt charger, then it takes like 2.5, as what they say. Okay, so let's just talk about the functionalities before starting. So this is how you open. Okay, this is how you open, but unfortunately, because I have like limited space, so this is how it looks like. If I want to show you, this is how it looks like when it's open. So I'm actually filming on the same phone that I have, so unfortunately there's no way for me to show the whole thing while I'm filming. So let me just go ahead and separate this. As you can see, this thing can be separated and it's very sturdy. I would say the quality is very great, so you can keep it like this if you want. Okay, no problem. So let me just go ahead and remove this. Okay, so this band is also attached, so you can have it, but if you don't want, you can just wrap it around the device. So that's what I do. So okay, you get a couple of options, as you can tell. So this button is called the M button. If you push it once, it shows you the amount of battery that you have. As you can see, it's right now charging, but it usually does that. If you turn like hit and push it, it's going to turn on the device. And if you push this thing twice, it will go from it will go to the landscape mode, from portrait to landscape. Okay, and if you push this thing 3 times, it is going to go to standby mode, and then by pressing any button, it is going to be released. Also, this button, the M button, can be functioned as so you can function it to show you the camera and the video, like I mean picture and the video, or you can function it to give, you can function it in a way to give you the different options. Okay, here's the joystick. You can again set the functions to only horizontal and vertical, or you can set it to all directions. I have set it to horizontal and vertical only. Okay, so this is the shutter button. If you press the shutter button once, it's going to start, depending on the mode, it's going to start to take a picture or start a video. If you push this thing and keep it, if it is on the picture mode, it's gonna shoot burst pictures. Okay, this part is the is for the what you call for the zoom. But I want to say here that I really don't like how it's placed, because it's very difficult for you to keep it in your hand. I wish it was vertical. Like, I mean, one of the things that I don't like about this is this zoom button. If it was vertical, it would be far easier for the hand to you know, maneuver over it. At least for me, it's not like it's sorry, if it was horizontal. Okay, if it was horizontal, it would be better. Right now it is vertical and it's very difficult. So that's for the zoom button. The grip is very nice on this thing. Okay, the I would say the weight is very minimal. You don't feel it if you just don't pay attention to it and you learn how to use it. So here, as I said, it's the charger, and you can also charge your stuff with this thing. All you have to do is to try to open this thing. Let's see how it's open. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the USB you can use to charge your stuff. Okay. It is not water resistant, neither it is waterproof, but you can use a plastic over your phone, okay, if you want to do it in rain. That's doable. So this button is the trigger button. So if you push it once, it's going to activate the active mode. And what active mode is that it will create a green rectangle around the subject, and it will focus only on that subject, so it won't move from that subject. If you push this and keep it, it will go to a sport mode, and if you release it, it will just release the sport mode. And basically what sport mode is that it will help you track objects that go faster, okay, for fast movements. If you push this thing twice, it will recenter the phone. If you push this thing 3 times, it will go from the back camera to the selfie camera. And if you hold this, it will lock the device, so it won't move at all, okay? So I talked about one of the things that I don't like about it. Let's talk about the other thing. Like, I'm doing a mixed kind of review in this time. So this one, okay, let me just say how strong it is. This one is, you have to align the dot. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but you have to align so the white dot here with this white dot right over here. So a very strong magnet. I really like the magnet. It doesn't show any sign of like getting broken this soon. But like, one of the things that I really don't like about this is that although this part is plastic, but it may leave your phone with minor scratches. At least in my case it did. So some sort of microscopic scratches. If you don't use a case, be aware of this thing, okay? But apart from that, this thing is very strong, so no worries of it falling or anything, okay? The other thing that I really like about this thing is build quality. Definitely, it's a great build quality. And let me put this back again. The battery life, I can attest that it has a great battery life. I heard that it's one of the highest among the other gimbals. As I said, the build quality also, it gives you the smoothest image possible. This is what I read in other reviews, and I can attest to that, okay? Although I haven't used other gimbals, but I can say. And also ease of use, okay? Ease of use is another thing. Right now, unfortunately, I don't have any other phone to show you, but you just basically clamp it, and all you have to do is to, let me just turn this thing off. Okay, it's off right now. So all you have to do is to make sure that this thing goes in the center of your phone. So let's say this is the phone, so it goes to the center. If it is like this, or if it is like, I don't know, if it is underneath, so you're gonna have a hard time. But if you make sure that you put this in the center, the device, basically itself will recenter the phone. So working with it is very easier than other gimbals, as far as I can tell, because those you need to just adjust the balance on the gimbal, like when the gimbal is standing. But this one you can separate, and also you can answer your phone calls. So this is a very great thing. You can also use this ring, as you can tell, so you can attach it to your phone, and you can then attach this ring. As you can see, it's a very nice grip. You can attach it to the gimbal itself, and the magnet is very strong, but I don't want to do that because it just doesn't let me use this wireless charger. And it comes with this template, so you can easily attach it to your phone. It also comes with this extra kind of grip, so if your phone is small, you need to attach it to this part so that it has a better grip for your small phone, depending on what the phone is. Okay, and also it comes with these cleaning cloths for you to attach the ring that I showed you. The last thing I want to talk about is the app. I don't know, maybe I will show you the app and how it works, like basic functionalities of it. But the app, in terms of Bluetooth, it has given me a lot of issues. I mean, I really don't know don't like how it is connected to the Bluetooth, because most of the time it gets disconnected, and sometimes it gets disconnected while you're filming. Okay, I have noticed that. So 3 things that I didn't like about this. The first one is the zoom button, which if they make it horizontal, it's far better. The other one is the Bluetooth connectivity, which is very hard, honestly, for it to get connected. And the other one was the fact that it scratches the phone. Also, as I said, so maybe this is the 4th one, the pouch. Where did I put the pouch? So, okay, the pouch is not a good thing to keep your device in it, so you need to get a bag if you want. But apart from that, which is not much of a big deal, all of the 4 things that I talked about is not much of a big deal in comparison to a great quality that you get. Okay, the battery life is amazing. The fact that it comes with this magnet type of thing is really inventionary, in my opinion. So let me put it back, and the magnet is very strong, as I said. Okay, and you can also charge your stuff with this thing. It has like great battery life, and it gives you more functionalities in the app. And yeah, that's my review for DJI Osmo Mobile 4. So in the next sections, I'm going to put some of the pictures that I took with it, some of the videos that I took with it, so you can tell how it is with and without the gimbal. Also, I may put a tutorial on how to work with the app. So let me just mention something really quick, which I forgot to say, and that is here you have actually your microphone port. So if you want, you can attach a separated microphone to it and work with it that way. Okay, so in this part of the video, let's do a very quick look at the DJI Osmo Mobile 4 app, DJI Mimo. Okay, when you open the app, it's something like that. Usually the Bluetooth, as I said, it doesn't recognize it that much faster, but this time it was really good. I mean, I want to say that 80% of the time it's good, but like sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so let's go and touch the 3 dots. Here is where you can determine whether you have flash off or none, or so you can do the white balance. Honestly, I don't know what it is. But as you can see, these are the options that you get. And grid, if you have, you can have like guidelines like this, or you can have this option, grid, and like this X line that I don't know what it is. Okay, anyway, so let me just go ahead and turn it off. So with regards to gimbal, you have a couple of options. You can set the follow mode to tilt locked. Okay, or you can set it to follow. So let me go ahead in other modes, because this is time lapse. So let me just go ahead in other modes. Maybe in video we get a couple of more options. So let's, yeah, as you can see, when you change the modes, you get different options. You get it, so the options that you get is dependent on the mode that you're in. So for example, right now we have follow mode, tilt locked, FPV, first person view, and spin shot. Okay, I usually like the tilt locked, but because now it is, as you can see, it didn't take effect because I have unmounted it from the device for it to be charged. But anyway, this thing should be turned on if you want to use the camera. So if it was off, I wouldn't be able to use the camera. Okay, the camera functionality. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we have. You can turn off and on the sports mode. Is basically the one that allows you to capture fast movements such as skating, okay? But you can also turn it off and on with this trigger button that unfortunately is hidden behind. So let me just, it's hidden behind this. So the trigger button, if you press it and hold, if you press once and release and then press again and hold, the sports mode is going to be activated. So let's go. You can change the zoom speed, control speed, and this is if like I really like it fast. If you put it medium and slow, when you want to zoom, when you want to use each of the controls in this stick, so for example this is the zoom, or you know, it's kind of like, yeah, it takes a lot, you know, a lot more time than when you want to, particularly using the joystick and anything else. So it takes more time. So that's why I have decided to go with the fast option. Control stick, control directions. So what this does is, okay, what this does, you can set it to horizontal and vertical only or free. If you set it to free, this joystick will move in any direction that you can imagine. But if you set it only horizontal and vertical, this joystick will only move up and down, left and right, okay? So let me just, horizontal. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. Invert pan control, invert tilt control. So you can, basically I have decided to go with the inversion setting, because when I turn it left, I want the device to go left, and when I turn it right, I want the device to go to right, okay? So let's go and see what else we have. Calibration. You can, of course, this is not mounted, so I don't click on that, but if you click start calibration, the device will start to calibrate itself, but you need to put it on the base in a stationary position, okay, for it to work. And the last thing is horizontal global. So this gives you a kind of like a ruler so that you can see where to put the clamp, okay? And if you click OK, then you can also determine manually how much you would like the gimbal to turn, okay? This is what you can do. So we saw the settings in gimbal. Let's go to general. In general, you can see in the under device management, you can see the name of the device. You can disconnect it if you want. I don't want, because usually most of the time it gets disconnected on its own. Really, they need to do something about the app, because it's a big bug. Anyways, and also tracking. I will talk about tracking. You will see my sample video, but like I want to say, if it is low condition, low light condition, sometimes it just misses you. So the tracking is good, I would say 80% of the time, but there's times that it doesn't catch you. And also, you know that there's a gesture. Let me show you here underneath. If you take a look at this hand option, okay? So basically, gesture control means that if I turn this on, if I show this V sign, it will start to shoot a film, or it will start to take a picture. Okay, depending on the settings that you say here. See, it says follow and shoot, or just shoot only, okay? If you choose follow and shoot, it will follow you wherever you go. But if you choose shoot only, it means that it will just shoot in one direction, okay? So now this thing doesn't work with gloves, if you have any gloves on, and also it should recognize your hand. It's hard for it to recognize your hand when there's low light condition, and also you got to be 4 meters away from the camera. Okay, so remember this. But this is a pretty much good option, because you can show your this V sign, and then when you're done, all you have to do is to show this, and then it will stop recording, okay? So where am I? Okay, so now device management. So device name, here's where you can set a name for your device. Let's go to the other settings. Version info, device number, and demo mode, what it is. When the device is stationary for a long period of time, the gimbal will rotate according to a pattern. So you can pretty much set a pattern so that the gimbal will rotate based on that, okay? Just, you know, self-explanatory. So again, as I said, in different modes, you can get different options. So let's see, for example, right now we're in video mode. We have this this setting. I don't know what it is called, but whatever it is, I think it just beautifies the image. So for example, this one makes your face slimmer. The other one, you know, smoother, makes the camera smoother. Like, I mean, if you have acne, it pretty much removes the acne and stuff like these, which you have to just explore yourself. Okay, I just leave it off. The other settings, as you can see, for example, in video, it can give you up to 4K. You can go up to 4K, which I don't want to. I just normally use 1080p high definition and 60 fps, but I just don't understand why it doesn't preserve the settings. Like, maybe there is something that I have to do about it, but it doesn't preserve settings. So each time you basically need to just change these things, as far as I understood. Maybe I don't know, but like, it doesn't preserve settings anyways. And this also is on auto. I'm not going to change it. This is on auto, and pretty much, as I said, I leave it, but if you're a professional, you know what you're doing. You can change, shutter speed and stuff like that. So let's talk about the ones that you see in here. So the first one is actually the type of like the gimbal's position. It shows the gimbal's position depending on whether it is FPV or spin and shot, whatever. And the second one shows it's not using flash, so flash is off. And the third one shows the battery of the phone, and the last one shows the battery of the gimbal itself. Okay, and this one goes to home. As you can tell, in home you have a couple of options. These are all on the top. You see all the products that they have, the tutorials and stuff. You can go to AI editor and use this to edit your videos. I'm not going to go into it. You can have access to their support, and you can have access to their forums. You can just post your stuff. These are, so as you can see, these are all the videos that people take, or sometimes they themselves, the developers take and put it here. So these are the videos that people have sent them from all around the world, as far as I understood. And let's go to the Academy. So in Academy, I really don't know what it is. It talks about the product that you have. Probably it doesn't show anything. The app also, it shows you how to work with the app, but as you can tell, it doesn't show anything right now. And then the manual is a good thing, because this is the one that explains everything about the controllers. Okay, as you can see, it talks about the controllers. Okay, so let's go back. If you go to the editor underneath, you can also use some editing capabilities that it has. For me, as a person who's not professional filmmaker, these are enough. I mean, I just don't want things more than this, but maybe if you're a professional, you can use other apps as well. And also your profile. So here's your profile. You can just change your name. You can just, send emails and see your emails, and you can go to the settings. Okay, so let's go back home. I think we talked about it. Let's go to the camera and see the different modes. The story mode underneath, like right, the story mode is the one that I really like. This is the one that I used in my sample video. Okay. Basically what it does is that it will give you a couple of templates, so you can play them, and then it tells you how to shoot the video. Okay. I really like the story mode. Okay, so underneath you can see that you can change the camera from rear camera to the front camera. This icon right here on the left will allow you to go to your photo library. Now let's go to different modes, and I'll talk a little bit about them. Pano is the one that I really like because it has a feature called CloneMe. As you can see, this is on CloneMe. So basically what it does is that it will take a panorama picture with the subject being copied in each picture that it takes. It takes 3 pictures and it copies the subject. Okay, so I will make I have made a panoramic photo like that, and I will put the sample for you in the video. This one, for example, this is just a 240 degree panorama, and this is 3x3. Okay, so I think, and this is like the seconds that you get, like in picture. I think if you're in picture mode, it gives you this option as well. Okay, so it's an active, not sure how Okay, so this is the time, as I said. So it gives you 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds, and this is also, okay, this is the same. So let's go to the, okay. So in the photo, I think so the same thing, photo is the same thing, video, as we talked, slow motion. Let's see what options we have with regards to slow motion. So these are pretty much the options that you have. Yeah, okay. There's nothing pretty much, special about slow motion. Let's go to Dyna-Zoom. So this is the one that I really like. It allows you to create the vertigo effect. Vertigo comes from the movie Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock, which if you haven't watched, just make sure to watch it. It's a very great movie. Some people consider it to be the best movie of the whole history. Anyways, so what it does is that it will keep the subject in the center, no matter whether they are move or not. So it keeps the subject stable, like stationary, but the background image will move towards back or towards the front. Okay, move out and in, which I have again created a sample of this, and you will be able to see. Okay, so all you have to do for this to work is you just need to just create a rectangle around the image that you want, and then you're going to go backward or inward, like to the front, depending on the one that you choose. Okay, so let's go. So with regards to time lapse, a good setting that it gives you here is you can change the speed interval from like 0.5 seconds up to 60 seconds. Okay, so 0.5 seconds is okay for me, and the minutes, it goes from infinity to 5 hour. Okay, so I normally like 20 minutes, and this one is really the one that I really like, is that it gives you to create points. For example, you can direct this to this, like you can direct the camera to one position, then you hit the plus, and then you go to the other position, and then you hit the plus. Right now, because it's not on the gimbal, it doesn't do that, but you can try it when you get the gimbal. Okay, this is a very good thing. So you don't need to just move the camera, it does it on its own, and I have created a sample for you to see. Okay, so let's go to hyperlapse. And by the way, the difference between time-lapse and hyperlapse is, in time-lapse the camera should stay stationary, should stay in one place, and it takes the movements. But in hyperlapse, the camera also moves, so you can basically move the camera with yourself. Okay, but both of them, the speed is higher, like the speed is higher than normal. Okay,
So I just want to say that the tracking is not as well as you think. Sometimes it doesn't recognize you, particularly in cloudy situations like this. And also, it doesn't work with gloves at all. Okay, so let me just go a little bit further, maybe I would say 2 meters further from the camera. And I'm using, as I said, a iPhone XS. So let's try to see if by showing my palm of my hand, it will stop. So as you can see, it doesn't stop. Okay, so it doesn't recognize. In order for it to recognize, I have to just, take out my gloves and get rid of them and come close